Spend Christmas Day with ITV. At 5:30, Michael Barrymore's in trouble from This Little Terror, while at 6:15 it's laughter all the way with Ken Dodd at the London Palladium. And will it be a happy Christmas at 7:30 for the folk of Coronation Street? Then at 8, Eddie Murphy stars in our movie premiere, Beverly Hills Cop 2.
So how long would it take to shave those legs anyway?
And at 10, it's Christmas cheer from the fields. All this packed into Christmas Day on ITV.
Or taboo? Which one are you?
Thousands of travellers are facing long delays on the M1 tonight. A new strain of flu virus is threatening to sweep Britain this winter. Rain, at times heavy, is expected to last through the weekend. In the city, share prices fell for the fourth.
You know what's really important. Knowing. From Estee Lauder. At Binns and House of Fraser Metro Centre.
Nick Nolte's dropped in. Bette Midler's dropped out, and Richard Dreyfuss has dropped his standards.
I ate garbage last night, Barbara, and I loved it.
Great! You can have garbage for dinner tonight, too!
When this house guest showed up,
He's gonna give that dog fleas.
everybody's standards dropped out of sight because they're down and out in Beverly Hills tonight at 9:25 on ITV.
In a beautiful house.
This is TEES television, and it's time now for the news.
The news from ITM.
Major says Gulf peace depends on Saddam. Bush warns the Allies are ready. Prince Charles visits the Desert Rats and praises their high morale. Cheltenham's Conservative candidate says he will defeat party rebels. And Brian Robson booked on his comeback, but Manchester United still win. Good evening. John Major is on his way home from Washington tonight after declaring that he and President Bush were entirely of one mind over the Gulf crisis. He said only a complete and unconditional withdrawal by Iraqi troops from Kuwait could prevent war. President Bush said Allied troops were ready to hit President Saddam's forces at 10 minutes' notice.
Good morning. John Major seems delighted with his visit. It's all been absolutely splendid, he said, as he emerged with President Bush today. And on the Gulf in particular, there's said to be total agreement.
I think we're both still hoping that there will be a peaceful resolution. But I am convinced that Saddam Hussein hasn't gotten the message yet for some odd reason.
If he moves out, there won't be a conflict. If he doesn't, well, he knows what the consequences may be.
Clearly, this united stand on the Gulf has helped John Major achieve a key part.
When a service is required, other than in this £60,000 BMW. In this £12,500 BMW. The BMW 3 Series.
Doctors say there are only 2 or 3 days each month a woman is at her most fertile. Some couples try for up to 2 years before conceiving. First Response can reliably predict those days in the privacy of your own home. First Response, ovulation prediction test and pregnancy test. There's living proof it works.
There is only one chocolate that feels like silk. Flowing smoothly, melting slowly, lingering sumptuously. The experience is silk.
has Harry's mum just bought a new slimline radiator from Northern Electric. Harry says it's not only because it's easy to control any time of the day and cheap to run, or because the man fitted it in a day, or even because mum doesn't pay till February. No, it was a terrific free fitting offer on all new radiators. So free phone 0800 444 125 now.
Hey, who are you talking to?
With the ultimate sleep system, you may need the ultimate alarm system. The ultimate sleep system from Silent Night.
This is Tyne TEES. Now, with all the evening's action from the Rumbelows Football League Cup, boxing and the rest of the sports news, Nick Owen presents Midweek Sports Special.
In the Revy days, the white shirts of Leeds were more respected than admired, but supremely effective. Newly promoted under Howard Wilkinson, they're back in Division 1. Favourites against Leicester tonight as the Rumbelows League Cup welcomes the elite. It's the round for giant killers. Chelsea discovered that against Scarborough a year ago. Surely it couldn't happen again at lowly Walsall, could it? With a set two of our own here in the studio, Nigel Benn against another great showman, Chris Eubank. Tonight they sign up for the biggest grudge match in years. Good evening. A huge amount to look forward to tonight for boxing and football fans alike, as well as the best of the action from the Rumbelows League Cup and Messrs Benn and Eubank signing the contract for their November showdown. We've Jim McDonnell's fateful and near-fatal attempt to move up a weight, seeking another world title shot. And tonight's double title fight between Tony Akubia and Alex Dixon. But we'll start with the second round, first leg of the Rumbelows League Cup and the visit of a resurgent Leeds to Filbert Street, Leicester. Leeds won this very same trophy back in '68 when they dominated the Football League. They've languished in Division 2 for 8 years, but now they're back with a flourish. Leicester, on the other hand, are struggling near the bottom of Division 2, with manager David Pleat under fire but defiant.
We've got problems, but we've got a great desire and a great belief in our abilities, and the ball's in our court, very firmly.
Our commentator at Leicester, Brian Moore.
Gary McAllister left Leicester for Leeds in the summer in a £1 million deal and now returns with his First Division team to a Leicester side sliding on a run of 6 successive defeats. It's a run that manager David Pleat, one of the game's more enlightened managers, is struggling to put right. It's left him under growing pressure. Well, the Leicester team tonight without defender Mark North, who's got a knee injury, but skipper Ali Moughlan has recovered from an ankle knock and he plays. And Leicester also bring in at number 6, Tony James. There's a curiosity here because Tony's the brother-in-law of Mel Sterland, and he's in the opposition side tonight in the Leeds number 2 shirt. Meanwhile, Leeds, more than a useful start to their return to the First Division. A change at left-back where Mike Whitlow replaces Peter Haddock. But so much of their inspiration through their promotion year and again this season has come from the former Manchester United star and their captain, Gordon Strachan. Our referee tonight is Vic Callow from Solihull in the West Midlands. And it's Leeds United then who get us away in the yellow strip, attacking the goal to our right. It's Fairclough. And Whitlow getting it back to goalkeeper John Lukic. Another £1 million man, of course, from Arsenal. Tie over 2 legs, of course. Leicester with such a bad start after winning their opening game of the season, 6 successive defeats, and they've conceded 16 goals. Comes towards Strachan, but cleared well by Ramsey for Leicester City. Leicester half get it away there, McAllister's header, and a free kick there to Leeds United. Actually, what happened there was that Leeds, having put the ball down to play it in one position, then moved it. Sterling shots! And just past that post there, but a nicely worked free kick, and Mel Sterland hitting it well, curling it, but not quite enough. Ramsey, and the break is on, but Lukic, in the end, was playing a dangerous game under pressure from Paul Reed. So a throw to Leicester City. Again, Alan Paris with a good long throw there. White missed it. Back come now for Tommy Wright, crossed in, but Fairclough got the touch for Leeds. Back to Moughlan again, flicked with the outside of the boot. White behind that one. Moughlan again for Leicester. Tommy Wright, who used to play for Leeds United, number 7. Cross there towards Oldfield, he missed it. And there was a real opportunity there for Leicester City. Ferrari. Walsh to Miske. Chapman. Ferrari. Batty with the shot. Struck with some venom. Curling always just a little too high from Leeds United's point of view. Back to Batty. Hit well. And just over Hodges' crossbar. Balls. Chapman, Strachan, bit of space here now, Strachan, just over, inflected, clipped the crossbar and went behind. There's plenty of fuel left in Gordon Strachan's tank, there's no doubt about that. 33 years old, and so much skill and enthusiasm, just flicking off the top of that Leicester City crossbar. Lee Chapman again doing well. Strachan seeing the opportunity and almost made the most of it. Just flicked off the top. Oldfield, first to show. Foul on Kelly by Sterland. Walsh with the free kick, taken quickly. Wright just gets there and wins a corner off Fairclough. And Wright continues to cause problems down his flank. It's with Gary Mills now for Leicester. Wright again playing it in. Kelly almost got the header in there, and it came off the defender for another corner to Leicester. Good stuff this from the second division side, but it's still 0-0. Played to Mills. Is that a penalty? The referee is looking, yes, has given a penalty. Mills brought down. It looked an absolute cert penalty. I don't think Leeds, in fact Leeds haven't bothered to argue at all about that one. Never a moment's doubt. And David Kelly, the man with the responsibility now, and it's quite a responsibility as he seeks to put the second division side ahead. It's a goal for Leicester City by David Kelly. The perfect penalty. With 5 minutes to go to half-time.